Welcome back to Carrick United Analysis. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. This is the place where Manchester United fans come to get honest, clear, and exciting breakdowns of everything happening at our club. No noise, no wild guessing, just real information explained simply so every single fan understands exactly what is going on. If that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and let us get into today's story, because tomorrow brings one of the biggest tests of our entire preseason. Manchester United fans, are you ready for the biggest test of our preseason so far? Because our squad has landed in Sweden, and tomorrow we face the European champions themselves, Paris Saint-Germain, in a genuinely massive friendly at the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg. This match represents the final major test before the real season begins, and it looks set to give us our clearest look yet at how Michael Carrick wants his full-strength side to line up. Let us break down everything we know heading into this exciting fixture. Setting the scene, why this match matters so much. Let us start with some context, because this fixture carries real significance beyond simply being another preseason friendly on the calendar. Paris Saint-Germain arrive as the reigning European champions, representing genuinely elite-level opposition and a serious step up in quality compared to some of the earlier fixtures on United's summer schedule. Testing the squad against a side of this caliber, this late into preseason, gives Carrick and his coaching staff an invaluable opportunity to assess exactly where the team stands heading into the real business of the Premier League campaign. This fixture also falls at a really important moment in the calendar. With this match arriving in the closing stretch of preseason before domestic football begins, it represents one of the last genuine opportunities for Carrick to work with his squad at closer to full strength, following the staggered return of several key players throughout July and the opening days of August. Doesn't testing ourselves against Champions League winners feel like exactly the kind of fixture that gets you excited for the season ahead? The squad's arrival and preparation in Gothenburg United's squad has now touched down in Sweden, immediately getting to work with training sessions in the build-up to tomorrow's match. According to United's own club content, key players including Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Diogo Dalot, and Noussair Mazraoui have all returned to the squad in time for this preparation period, a hugely positive sign heading into such a significant test. Seeing this level of returning quality back involved in full training ahead of the PSG match tells us a great deal about how seriously the club is treating this specific fixture. Rather than simply fielding a squad still heavily reliant on fringe players and academy prospects, as was more the case during the earlier stages of preseason, this match appears set to give fans a much clearer look at what a closer to full-strength United side actually looks like heading into the new campaign. Why the late returning stars matter so much for this specific match. Let us think about why having these key players freshly integrated into training carries such real significance for tomorrow's fixture specifically. Several of United's most important players spent this summer away on extended international duty, some involved deep into the World Cup itself. Their staggered return throughout late July and early August has meant Carrick has had to build his preseason squad in phases, working with different combinations of players depending on exactly who has been available at any given point. This PSG fixture arrives at almost the perfect moment in that staggered return process, giving Carrick his first genuine opportunity to work with a squad much closer to what he will actually call upon once the competitive season begins. That makes this match considerably more valuable from a tactical perspective compared to some of the earlier, more experimental preseason fixtures. Thinking through the likely midfield setup, let us talk tactics, because this match should give us a much clearer picture of how Carrick intends to structure his midfield heading into the new season. Youri Tielemans has been working his way back into full training following his own later return from a demanding World Cup campaign with Belgium, and a fixture of this magnitude represents exactly the kind of opportunity Carrick would want to use to continue building his match sharpness. Alongside academy graduate Kobbie Mainoo, the pairing of an experienced, composed midfielder with a talented, technically gifted younger player represents an exciting combination, offering both stability and creativity from deeper positions. This kind of midfield foundation would give a player like Bruno Fernandes considerably more freedom to focus on his own strengths further forward, orchestrating attacking play and picking out incisive passes, rather than needing to drop deeper himself to help with build-up responsibilities. When a captain and creative talisman like Fernandes has genuine license to focus purely on his advanced playmaking duties, it usually results in considerably more dangerous and unpredictable attacking output from the team as a whole. The exciting front line taking shape. Let us talk about the attacking players who could feature prominently in this fixture, because there is real reason for excitement here. Marcus Rashford has been the subject of considerable positive attention throughout this preseason, following his return to Carrington after his loan spell away. Reports throughout the summer have highlighted his genuinely impressive work ethic and sharpness in training, and a match of this magnitude represents exactly the kind of stage where he can continue building his case for a prominent role in Carrick's plans this season. Alongside him, the partnership between Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo continues to look like one of the most exciting elements of this United attack. Both players enjoyed strong individual campaigns following their arrivals at the club, and their understanding heading into this new season appears to be building nicely throughout preseason. Cunha's tendency to drop into deeper pockets of space to link play and drag defenders out of position, combined with Mbeumo's genuine pace and directness out wide, creates exactly the kind of varied and unpredictable attacking threat that opposition defenses find genuinely difficult to plan for. Facing a side like PSG, known for their own high-level defensive organization, gives this front line a genuinely meaningful test of exactly how effective these combinations can be against elite-level opposition, rather than simply looking good against weaker sides earlier in the summer schedule. Why pressing and defensive shape matter so much against PSG? Let us talk about the other side of the game, because facing a side with PSG's attacking quality requires serious defensive discipline and organization too. Modern football at the very highest level demands genuine two-way effort from an entire team, not simply from a team's defenders. Facing a side with the pace, technical quality, and attacking talent of PSG means United's press and overall defensive shape will be tested significantly more than in earlier, less demanding preseason fixtures. A well-organized press, applied with genuine structure and discipline throughout the team, helps disrupt an opponent's build-up play before it ever reaches dangerous areas closer to goal. Meanwhile, maintaining a compact defensive shape that limits space in behind the defensive line becomes especially important against a side with the kind of genuine pace PSG possess in their forward areas. Getting this defensive balance right, while still committing numbers forward to support attacks, represents exactly the kind of test that helps a coaching staff properly evaluate where a team's overall tactical discipline currently stands. The value of squad rotation in a match like this. It is also worth thinking about how a manager typically approaches a fixture like this one, so late in preseason, but still ultimately a friendly rather than a competitive match. Managers often use matches at this stage of preseason to give a core group of important players their first real minutes together as a settled unit, while still using substitutions throughout the match to manage minutes carefully and continue assessing squad depth. This allows a manager to build genuine understanding and partnerships among his most important players, without risking unnecessary fatigue or injury so close to the actual start of the competitive season. Watching closely for exactly which players start, which players are introduced from the bench, and how long certain key individuals are given on the pitch, can offer real insight into Carrick's current thinking about his strongest available lineup heading into the opening weeks of the Premier League campaign. What a strong performance would mean heading into the new season. Let us think about why a genuinely strong performance in this specific fixture would carry real significance beyond just this one match. Testing well against a side of PSG's caliber, this close to the start of the real season, would provide genuinely valuable evidence that the tactical work put in throughout preseason is translating into real, tangible performance against elite-level opposition. It would also provide a significant confidence boost heading into the opening weeks of Premier League action, with players able to draw on the belief and understanding built through a strong showing against genuinely world-class opponents. Of course, we should remain appropriately balanced about how much weight to place on any single preseason result, even one against such prestigious opposition. But there is no doubt that a strong, well-organized performance in this fixture would represent an exciting and meaningful marker of progress as this United squad continues building toward the new campaign. The wider preseason picture, what comes after PSG? It is worth remembering that this PSG fixture is not the final chapter of United's preseason preparations. Following this match, United continue their summer schedule with further fixtures against Leeds United in Dublin and AC Milan in Poland, giving Carrick continued opportunities to fine-tune his squad before the competitive season finally gets underway. This means the PSG fixture, while genuinely significant given the quality of opposition, represents one important step within a broader continuing process of preparation, rather than the single defining moment of the entire summer. Fans should watch this match with real excitement and interest, while understanding that the coaching staff will continue refining their approach across these remaining fixtures too. How should fans approach watching this fixture? So how should we as supporters approach watching this genuinely exciting test against European football's biggest prize winners? I think the smartest approach is real excitement about seeing our strongest available squad tested properly for the first time this summer, combined with realistic patience about drawing overly firm conclusions from a single preseason match, however prestigious the opposition might be. Use this fixture as a genuine opportunity to assess how our new signings and returning stars are combining together, while remembering that the truly meaningful tests will come once genuine competitive points are on the line. Pay close attention to the midfield partnership between Tielemans and Mainu, the connection developing between Cunha and Mbeumo, and how sharp Rashford looks if given significant minutes. These are exactly the kinds of details that will offer real insight into how this United side is likely to set up once the Premier League season finally begins. Final thoughts before we wrap up. So there we have it, Manchester United family, everything you need to know heading into tomorrow's massive test against Paris Saint-Germain in Gothenburg. Our squad has arrived in Sweden with key returning stars back involved in training, setting the stage for what should be our clearest look yet at how Carrick wants his strongest available side to line up heading into the new season. With genuine quality expected across midfield, attack, and hopefully a well-organized defensive setup too, this represents exactly the kind of fixture that should get every United fan excited to tune in. Whatever the final result, testing ourselves against the reigning European champions this late in pre-season represents a valuable and meaningful experience for this evolving Manchester United squad, continuing to build both quality and belief heading into a genuinely important new campaign. Let me leave you with one final question before we close out today's video. What are you most looking forward to seeing in tomorrow's match against PSG? The midfield partnership between Tielemans and Mainu, the frontline chemistry between Cunha and Mbeumo, or simply seeing our strongest available squad take shape for the first time this summer? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. I read every single one, and I always love hearing what gets this community excited. Thank you so much for watching today. If this breakdown helped you get properly excited for tomorrow's big test, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and share this video with a fellow United fan who cannot wait to see our squad take on the European champions. This channel only continues to grow because of supporters exactly like you. And every single one of you watching is part of what makes Carrick United Analysis a trusted home for honest, reliable Manchester United coverage. Until the next video, stay excited, stay ready, and let us see what this squad can do against the very best. Come on, United.